nhớ rằng là bây giờ xa nhà nữa của khi tới lúc chế group home assistant living facility chế lúc nào giờ nửa ba một chỗ cho tin rằng mua mỏ nửa ba chỉ tuần tu king bây giờ mua nâng sai số này tu này nâng có blossom mong léo cho nên là nhau của lúc chế chế của ba này li đã đây lo ô tô mỏ này nọ lo một chỗ đó này nọ lo số này để cần giờ cho nên mù này để appointment hơn để thăm mỏ lo cái của thâu này mù nè muốn chỉ này cho social worker lo muốn chỉ này cho thăm mỏ lo muốn chỉ luôn từ là của những thâu tuy sĩ cái chỉ hai Minnesota nó xưa thông bờ tết chờ nó là những từ mua cho tên nâng là tu chỉ tàu nó là cho là nhau nó là những tàu tuy sĩ thế nào ở trong nó là cái sao ya number giờ xa cho bé ở chỉ xa cho ở chỉ trong ở cho.
So today we will be starting momentarily with a program of speeches and greetings, proclamations for elected officials, for governmental, offices, as well as supporters from the community, both the business, the nonprofit, family or community, and other elected governmental office within the community that has been so supportive of this sport. In Malaysia and in Thai language, we call it Sepak, Takraw, okay, meaning kicking the rattan or the wooden wicket ball. Wicket ball, all right? But for most of us that were born and raised or follow the Lao tradition, we call it Takraw. So it's the same sport, okay? Well, in Hmong we say Takraw, right? Okay. So again, thank you all for being here. And at this time, I would like to introduce our chair to help us start this program officially. All right. So with that said, please welcome Neng Xiong.
Okay. I feel like all the lights flashing here, the echo of the microphones. Feels like I'm at a karaoke bar. This is a karaoke. So feel free if you want to sing it. All right. Move this up a little bit. It's been a while. I used to play violin in orchestra. So I'm used to the standard. Well, good afternoon, Senator. I don't see the mayor here yet, but council members, commissioners, dignitaries, players, and supporters of the sport of Sepak Takraw. My name is Neng Xiong, and I'm the chair of the Sepak Takraw USA. I want to thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate Team USA's win at the 2022 ISTAT World Cup in Daejeon, South Korea in November. I know that you're foregoing the opportunity to watch Minnesota Vikings. You got to see a Minnesota Vikings fan right there. So we'll try to make it. Maybe we can hear the Viking game later on. But we'll see. Who would have thought that after 47 years, we would have children of refugees or refugees themselves making history, right? Especially when some of the people who worked with refugees in Thailand didn't think that some of us would be able to survive in America. And we've not only survived, but have thrived as a people, and now have represented the United States of America in the sports world, in the field of gymnastics, right? So recently, golf, motorbike, and now Sepak Takraw. So Lisa Lee, Eden Tao, Megan Kang, and all are all common household names today. Now we can add to the list Chris Moo, the Young Si, right? Young So. Sorry if I can't pronounce your name. I haven't learned some of our Quran and Qurani's names yet. Kocha, Jim Tao, John Tao, Gao Chang, Jeremy. Representing Team USA in the World Cup in Korea. So we can add you'll have a chance to hear from these guys later on. So, anyway, while they were debating about the diplomatic and political relationship between the United States and Iran during the soccer World Cup, our team was playing against Iran and beating them twice. I wish we had the same kind of press coverage. They were debating everything about Korea and United States during the soccer, but yeah, we were competing against them and beating them. But to know how we got here, I would like to read a proclamation from Minnesota Governor Txhawb, declaring January 8th as the Sepak Takraw Day in Minnesota. Unfortunately, he could not join us today, but here's the proclamation. The print is so small, so I can't see it anymore, but so this is the proclamation from the governor. Whereas the Sepak Takraw of USA is a nonprofit organization that exists to promote the sport of Sepak Takraw, organizing youth leagues and entering Sepak Takraw competition locally, nationally, and internationally. And whereas in August 2022, the International Sepak Takraw Federation, known as ISTAF, invited Sepak Takraw of USA to select a team to compete in the 2022 ISTAF World Cup in Daejeon, South Korea from November 25th to the 29th, 2022. And whereas Sepak Takraw of USA quickly recruited some of the best players from 6 states to be part of the team to represent the United States. With less than a month before the competition, 1 week before departing for South Korea, the team of 8 players met to, 1 week before departing South Korea, 8 met in Minnesota to train for 2 days only. Team members included 3 American players of Hmong descent, Jim, Txhawb, Qhuas, and John Txhawb, and 3 American players of Karani descent, Owen Ray, Chris Mo, and Yang Lin Si. So, right? Please correct me. I'm sorry. Along with head coach Jeremy Nathan Merkin and team manager Cao Chang. And whereas the USA team defeated Germany, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Iran to clinch 2 gold medals in Division I of the 3-3 and 4-4 of the tournaments. Now therefore, I, Txhawb, Governor of Minnesota, do hereby proclaim Sunday, January 8, 2023 as Sepak Takraw Day in the state of Minnesota. In witness wherefrom I have hereunto set my seal and cause the great seal of the state of Minnesota to be affixed at the state capitol this 3rd day of January. Txhawb, Governor. All right. I wanted to also thank our financial sponsors and many of the individuals who made it possible for our team to compete at the 2022 International Sepak Takraw Federation's World Cup in Daejeon, South Korea. These guys paid the trip for the trip out of their own pocket. So we had to quickly do a fundraising to see if we can help them afterward. And so we launched a GoFundMe campaign, which netted us about $5,000 exactly. Hmong Home Healthcare also contributed. Game Related also donated monetary contribution. Super X Market in California also donated. Cup and Cheer here also donated. Dr. James of Foot and Ankle Care also made a donation. BMJ Sports also made a donation, and in the forms of uniforms. So more importantly, I want to thank Mr. Muhammad Farid Abdul Halim of ISTAF for his support and for inviting us to send a team to compete in the 2022 ISTAF World Cup in South Korea. And Mr. Jeremy, Nathan Merkins, and Cao Chang for being able to quickly build a team to compete on behalf of the United States. I also want to thank the following individuals who contributed to make it possible for the building of 6 of our professional Sepak Takraw courts in St. Paul. And as part of the City of St. Paul Park and Rec Department's programming. But these were some of the key folks who made it possible for us to have professional facilities to train in, to grow our players, and to make the sport of Sepak Takraw visible here in Minnesota, the United States, and now the world. Anyway, these additional members are Senator Fonger, through appropriation, was able to secure money for us to build the court. Former Mayor Chris Coleman, Mayor Melvin Carter, former Park and Rec Department Director Mike Ham, former Council Member Dan Bostrom, former County Commissioner Jim McDonald, which just arrived, and St. Paul Park Conservancy, Minnesota Super Bowl Host Committee, and also Mr. Gao Chang for working all the political behind the door kind of collaborations, right? To get all of these folks to contribute to the establishment of the court. We still have a lot more to do, particularly lighting. Have been working with Councilmember Neng Xiong on that as well, and hopefully our new commissioner from the district as well. Also, Ramsey County Sheriff Fletcher for incorporating the sport of Sepak Takraw in their youth programming under the leadership of Sergeant Gao Chang and the Secretary of Sepak Takraw. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but if I did, I apologize. So thank you for believing in us. I wanted to also thank today's sponsor for making this event possible. They donated the food over there for us. Lu Fu Zhang and Dang Lao of Dang Lao Yang of Cups and Chairs for allowing us to use facilities and also donating some food product for us. Tua Xiong, the Motown Marketplace, is he here, yeah? He also donated some food for us and money. Va Liu of Family Thai Kitchen, did I pronounce that right? Yeah, and for the Thai tea there. And Mr. and Mrs. Txhawb also donated the steam roll for us. And finally, so what's next? We hope to be part of the movement to make the sport of Sepak Takraw an Olympic sport. Because currently it is not, right? But the folks that will help us get there will be our newly elected chair, Mr. Neng Xiong, and also Mr. Jeremy, so Mr. Chairman and Vice Chairman over there. We are looking at, currently looking for additional members to join our board as well. So if you're interested and you have some time, we welcome your participation and your support on the board. Once again, thank you for coming, and a big congratulations to Team USA. You made us proud. Yep. Yeah, and I'm also missing Judge Bastian. Gary Bastian is also very supportive behind the scene as well, and State Representative John Nash as well. So thank you for all you've done. And Councilmember Txhawb, actually, his district, now we have, is it 1 court or 2 courts? 2 courts on the outside, Sepak Takraw. And we were training for the South Korea trip. We also used the Uptown recreational center to train. So always appreciative of Park and Recs. And right there you are. Always working with us and agreeing to work with us. So with that, thank you very much for being here, and enjoy the food. And you'll get a chance to talk to these guys.
Once again, thank you, Lipao. And thank you to the athlete. You guys are on the spot, so please be patient with us, all right? So, again, referring back to the Hmong culture of being respectful to the present place that we're in. As we know, this space or this place would not be possible if we don't have representative from the council. So at this time, I'd like to invite Madam Council Member Nelson and your team to come up here. In the spirit of the team sport, we'd like to see that anybody in your office, in the city or the council, please join you in delivering your proclamation and provide your greeting to the athletes and the organization as a whole. So welcome, Council Member Nelson Yang.
Director A.D. Rodriguez, Director of our St. Paul Parks and Recreation Department, up here on stage with me. If we have any former council members from St. Paul or current or incumbents or Mayor Carter here, please feel free to join us on stage too. I know you're expecting a few of them. Well, I'm Neng Xiong. I'm the council member representing St. Paul Ward 6, which is right here where we're at in the east side of St. Paul. I am also the first Hmong American woman and the youngest St. Paul council member to serve in the St. Paul City Council. It is such an honor, and I'm so humbled to be able to be here to present to you this resolution from the St. Paul City Council. I first want to say it is so special to be able to see so many proclamations, resolutions, community members, elected officials to be here to celebrate you all for your accomplishment. Thank you for being trailblazers in our community and really giving it everything you've got to win this trophy, this medal. For our country, for our communities. You really are showing, especially to younger folks who are in the sport, what is possible when you have community support, when you have determination, when you also have a team that trusts each other. So much is possible, and you all made it to that finish line, and you've shown us that big win that is possible when you have all of them. So I want to say thank you to all of you. You are an inspiration to all of us, and that is why we are here to celebrate you, and we wish you the best in your future games, because I know that you've got a big game coming up for this year. Is that right? So at this time, I'd like to read through the resolution here and to present it to you all, and I'd love for us to wrap up this piece with a group photo too, right after. This is a resolution from the St. Paul City Council recognizing Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. for winning the gold medal at the 2022 International Sepak Takraw Federation World Cup in South Korea and proclaiming Sunday, January 8, 2023 as Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. Day in the city of St. Paul. Whereas Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. was founded in Minnesota on August 1st, 2014 as a nonprofit organization to promote the sport of Sepak Takraw in the United States through organized community leagues and competitions at the local, national, and international levels. And whereas Sepak Takraw was first introduced in Minnesota by the first wave of Hmong immigrants in the early 1980s. And whereas Minnesotan Sepak Takraw players won first and second place at SkillCon 2016, which jump-kicked widespread interest in the niche sport among many diverse immigrant communities across the United States. And whereas the city of St. Paul not only recognized the role of Sepak Takraw in building cross-cultural community and sportsmanship among youth and adults from diverse ethnic and racial backgrounds, but we're also committed to diversity and equity in its planning and distribution of shared public places and spaces. And whereas the greater east side of St. Paul thus welcomed two of the first Sepak Takraw courts in the country at Marydale Park and Duluth and Case Recreation Center in Minnesota in 2017. And whereas the International Sepak Takraw Federation extended an invitation to Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. to compete at the 2022 International Sepak Takraw Federation World Cup in Daejeon, South Korea from November 25th through November 29th, 2022. And whereas Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. recruited Chris Mu, Jim Tao, John Tao, Kurt Cha, U Ray, and Yanning So from Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, Indiana, and California to form Team USA under the direction of head coach Jeremy Nathan Merkin and team manager Gao Cheng. And whereas Team USA only spent 2 days altogether to practice and build camaraderie with one another before traveling to compete in South Korea, and whereas Team USA defeated Germany, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Iran to win 2 gold medals in the Division I category of the 3-versus-3 and 4-versus-4 games at the tournament in South Korea, now therefore be it resolved, the St. Paul City Council recognizes Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. for the historic win at the 2022 International Sepak Takraw Federation World Cup, and be it further resolved that the St. Paul City Council hereby proclaims Sunday, January 8, 2023 to be Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. Day in the city of St. Paul. resolution, we'll come down and we'll take a group photo together.
So we not gonna accept the proclamation. We want to tell then the corner office deliver to then council member and they'll see will take picture with. Okay.
Yeah, why don't you all come up here?
Thought would you come to that? Yeah, then you just go to the stage. Please apologize to you all for being very casual in this. Please forgive us. Come on. Hello, turn up. All right, that was our council member, Neng Xiong, along with the St. Paul Park and Rec director. And I gotta get his name correct, okay? Because I missed Andy Rodriguez, right? So thank you for coming. We did invite the former city council, Dan Bostrom, who was instrumental with our Ramsey County Commissioner at that time, Jim McDonough, in getting the space and getting all the funding for us with the state level government and all the other foundations. So if anybody close by or get to see our former council member, Bostrom, please send our message of gratitude toward his assistance and support. So with that, another proclamations or greeting from our congressional member, which is U.S. Representative Betty McCollum from her office, our dear brother and father and family member and friends, Mr. Txhawb Robert Lee, please.
Thank you, Attending. First and foremost, I wanted to offer congratulations to the team and the general manager, my friend Gao Chang, and Coach Jeremy, and the Paul Xiang and Jianing, the whole team, the whole club, the whole organization for the job well done, and congratulations for the winning the gold medals. And you and your team and all the players are really champions. So I just want to congratulate you again. And so, to many of you who don't know me yet, my name is Txhawb Lee. I know that there are a lot of familiar faces here, so I probably don't need my introduction, but I'm one of the senior aide to Congresswoman McCollum. She cannot be here today, and thank you so much for the invitation. I wanted to start out a little bit unusual introduction here because, we're hoping to drop a resolution, but because we didn't have the speakership, this is quite a marathon for a week long. This is the first time ever happened in Congress in 100 years. We do not have a speaker. And this is why a delay of speakership means a delay of work for the American people. This is why I could not get the resolution formatted and celebrated for you guys, but we're going to drop with the next few days, the next few weeks, we'll come back with a real certificate for the team. But I'm so pleased to read the draft resolution of the team now, and then we're going to get that certificate presented to the team later. So, without any further ado, let me get my glass and then read Betty's resolution here. So Speaker arrives today to congratulate the United States Sepak Takraw team on winning the gold medals at the 2022 International Sepak Takraw Federation World Cup in Daejeon, South Korea. The team overcame many challenges and exceeded expectations when they won gold medals in Division 1 of the River 3 and 4x4 tournaments. The 2022 International Sepak Takraw Federation World Cup hosts 13 participating countries and was held from November 25th through the 29th, 2022. After originally being scheduled for the 2019, but delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The United States team is coached by Jeremy Nathan Morgan and was made up of 6 athletes of Hmong, Korean, and Korean descent. Mr. Gocha, Chris Blue, Mu Murray, Jim Tao, John Tao, and Neng Xiong. Not sure if I pronounced the name correctly. My apologies if not. The team hails from 6 states across the country and includes athletes from St. Paul, Minnesota in the 4th Congressional District. Sepak Takraw, also known as kick volleyball, is a team sport originated in Malaysia and commonly played with 2 or 4 players in a court similar to the badminton court. A popular sport in Southeast Asia countries, Sepak Takraw has slowly spread around the world and has gained popularity in Minnesota, where we are proud to have a large Hmong and Korean community. The main objective of the game is to kick the ball to the other side of the net within the boundary of the opponent's team. Similar to volleyball, the players are only allowed to use their feet, knees, shoulders, chest, or head to get the ball over the net. Gameplay is described in the very name of the sport. Sepak is Malay for kick, while Takraw is the Thai word for woven rattan ball, which is the type of ball used in the game. The United States team general manager Kao Chan released a statement following the team's victory, where he stated his hopes that the continued success of Team USA would inspire younger generations of Sepak Takraw players. Well, today I celebrate the athletes that brought home victory for the United States in 2022. I share in the same hope that younger generations will continue to participate in this unique sport and represent the United States into the future. So Speaker, please join me in recognizing the victory of the United States Sepak Takraw team. Thank you. So this concludes the resolution.
Yes, life in America, everywhere we go, we need receipts. So this picture as a testament that you are actually here. Thank you. Forgive me, it's not that's my mistake. I do not know my Hmong that well. So thank you so much, and thank you, Representative McCollum in the office, for delivering that message. And hopefully soon we'll get the formal, the official proclamation approved. So again, thank you again to Txhawb from our congressional member, U.S. representative in the Collins office. All right. Now that we get all the local and the official out of the way, now we'd like to present to you all how we get there. So without this gentleman, we may not have the opportunity to be invited to compete in the World Cup this past November. So go if you're able to. We'd like to introduce to you Mr. Mohammed Farid Abdul Halim. He's the Deputy Secretary General of Asia Sepak Takraw Federations, and he's also a chairman of the Control Committee of the International Sepak Takraw Federation, also known as ISTA. That's the international governing body of the sport of Sepak Takraw, based in Thailand and I think in Malaysia. So with that, a message from Mr. Halim.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody.
Louder.
My name is Mohammed Farid. You can call me Farid. And I would like to congratulate the Sepak Takraw of USA, especially the founding member, Chane, Mr. Lee Pao, Mr. Gao, Jeremy. Did I forget anybody else?
Mr. Txhawb.
Saicha as well. Congratulations on the winning the gold medal during the World Cup. I would also like to say thank you to the supporting government or maybe organizational which is in US, especially the Mayor of St. Paul, to the Minnesota Governor, Tim Walz, Minnesota Senator Fong He, to the Sheriff, Mr. Bob Fletcher, St. Paul City Council members, Park and Recs, and the Commissioner, Mr. Jim McDonald. If I were to forget anybody else, maybe I would like to say thank you very much for the acceptance of the Sepak Takraw USA Inc. to be one of the key players involved in Sepak Takraw in the US. Well, STUSA, as I call them, they are not new in this industry of Sepak Takraw, but internationally, these are the first opportunity they had to participate under their own federation or association with us from the International Sepak Takraw Federation. With all this celebration, and I would like to especially thank to the Governor Office of Minnesota for creating or to declare that 8th of January will be the Sepak Takraw Day. And I would also like to create a legacy to this declaration. For every 8th of January, we shall make a festival together with STUSA, together with the Governor Office, together with the Park and Recs, and together with the International Sepak Takraw Federation, to create a festival annually. During this festival, I would like to propose for fundraising, grassroots program, for the Minnesota community in US. I would like also for the International Sepak Takraw Federation to commit together with the stakeholders of Sepak Takraw in Minnesota and US to create a grassroots program where we invite Asian school children, maybe the youth, 16 to 18 years old, to come and to create a grassroots event during this very day. I believe with the new leadership, together with the founding members, the aims and missions of this association will not go astray. We from the International Federation commit to supervise and to ensure that Qhuas, the Takraw of USA, will be in the right path locally and internationally. I will take this as a mission which I had conveyed together with Liu Bao, Gao, and Jeremy for the past 8 years. My dedication to bring this association internationally, which we have been taking baby steps since the pandemic for the past 3 years. We are unable to do a lot of things. But however, this year we are creating a legacy. With the support of the Minnesota Governor Office, Park and Ranks, and every stakeholder which has been involved, assisting the Takraw. Before I bid you guys farewell, I would like to again congratulate everyone, not only the officials, but the first generation athletes, especially with the Hmong community, the 18 Hmong community. I would like to say thank you for bringing this sport known. Once again, I would like to thank everyone, officials and athletes, to bring this sport to the next level. Lastly, we need to be together. Together we are stronger. Together we are Sepak. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Halim, for your greeting and your message. Hopefully, we will gather as a team, as a family, and make your goals come true in the near future. All right, with that, let's move on with the agenda. I think the mayor's office has communicated with us. We invited, but I don't think there's any representative from the office is here. Oh, you are? Okay. All right, so one more time, let's invite Park and Rec Director Andy Rodriguez to come provide a greeting from the City of St. Paul.
Hey everybody, Andy Rodriguez, Director of St. Paul Parks and Recreation. Apologies that the mayor could not be here today, but on his behalf, I just wanted to say, one, congratulations, a huge accomplishment. We have a saying in the city that we want to build a city that works for everyone, and the park system plays a key role in that by providing different amenities and everything throughout our park system. And when we installed these courts, to think a couple years from now that we'd be sitting up here talking about gold medals in South Korea, it makes me so happy, and shows that we're headed in the right direction with the decisions that we're making in the parks world. I was at Frogtown this past summer and I saw a young person watch a couple athletes play this sport, and the quote I literally heard was, "Wow, how do they do that?" And that tells me that there's interest in that sport, and what the previous speaker just said, we'll probably be calling you to help build out some camps and programs this summer at Frogtown, Duluth, and Case, and other locations. So we're super excited about that, and couldn't be more thrilled for your success, and again, congratulations. And Look forward to more partnership in the future.
Thank you, Andy. A success that is shared by all. Those of you that are here, those of you at home, and those of you that are away from the snow. Those of you that are away watching the Viking, probably losing to the Bears. So bear with us, Andy. I know you prepare. So. All right, so with that, let's move on to our county level. So I know that we have our new commissioner, but I'm sure she will yield to elder. So with that, and we don't say former, so in this case, please welcome Commissioner McDonough. Can you bring our current commissioner, Neng Xiong, and the rest of your Ramsey County team up here to provide a few greetings and word of acknowledgement to the team's success.
So this is the first time me speaking in public as Jim McDonough, resident of the east side of St. Paul, with no title in front of my name. I love it. And I'm excited for the community. I'm excited for Mai Chong. The transition here is going to be wonderful for the community, and Mai Chong is going to do a great job for District 6. A couple things I can remember. I remember the day you came to me and said, we need some help. We've got some money, the NFL grant I think you got. St. Paul Parks and Rec are willing to step up, but you know, it's just not going to get us the facility we need. We need a bump in money. Can you guys help? And we had a really good conversation, and two things came out of that meeting. One thing is I committed I'd get $100,000 from Ramsey County, and you committed that the community would work hard and someday actually come here and we could celebrate. And that's what this facility would do, right? It would actually provide the opportunity where you didn't have to find a spot in the park where somebody wasn't using it and set up your net and quick play before they came and kicked you out, right? And so we did that. I went to my county manager. I can remember going to my county manager at the time, and it wasn't asking permission, and it wasn't asking for forgiveness, but really laying out that we needed to find $100,000 to contribute to St. Paul. Kind of an unusual thing. We partnered in the past on soccer facilities and some of those other types of things, and hockey facilities. But the quote that I want to share with you that really came from my heart when I worked with my colleagues on the board, convincing them that this was the right thing to do was, for 40 years, the Hmong have been in our community, 40 years. And we've invested in soccer fields. We tried to turn them into hockey players. We tried to make them basketball players. But you know what? We never listened to the community and said, this is what we want. We never invested in the community and what they're telling us. It took us 40 years to make an investment in Takraw, to make the investment in Txhawb courts. Shame on us for that, right? Shame on us. But look how quickly that we've been able to turn that around with that investment between the city and the county, that NFL grant, where we're celebrating the success here of these young men here that competed internationally and represented not only our country, but represented our community with honor and pride. So as the senator knows, my last meeting as a commissioner was sitting in his office talking about what's next for the Txhawb courts, and my challenge is, Mr. Rodriguez, council member, commissioner, what's next for the Takraw courts, right? My vision is someday we're actually hosting a national tournament here. We can host an international tournament here. We can celebrate, but not only that, we can witness in person the success of these folks that work so hard to represent our community. So with that, Mai Chong, all my best to you, and please say some words.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. Hello and good afternoon. Thank you so much, for this honor, for following after you. You've done so much work, Commissioner, already making this possible for the community, and also thank you so much for listening to the community. It's tremendous with what we've been able to do together collectively as a community, that in such a short amount of time, that you all in just 2 days assembled a winning team. That's impressive. That's impressive, because building a team takes so much trust in one another, in your abilities, in your teammates' ability, but also the ability to assemble a team to take you internationally. So I just want to commend you for that. The work that you all will continue, and the vision that has been laid out, it's amazing. if we can invest and continue to invest in our people here and what their interests are, we can have more Olympians. And the east side is primed for that. And we picked so many ways on the east side of St. Paul here that I'm just so proud. And that's also because it's thanks to the leaders that have come before me too. So I just want to say that thank you so much. Congratulations again. And I look forward to celebrating next year. Thank you.
And I do want to apologize for being so casual. 2 hours ago, I was in my little woodland retreat 2 hours north here, but this was important, and I drove back, and as soon as I'm done here, and I'm picking up my 8-year-old grandson, and we're heading back. But I'm glad to be here.
Well, Commissioner McDonough, as you and the Honorable Judge Gary Bastian know, you both are shadowing or participating in a lot of the Hmong community event. The title never go away. So just so you know, you're not a resident, you will always be Commissioner McDonough. Same as Honorable Judge Gary Bastian, you will always be the Honorable Judge. So thank you again. And many of you may not know, but the credit goes to Council Member Takraw, but the work actually done by Neng Xiong, so just so you know, okay? Neng Xiong and I have team, and as well as Nelson, we have team on the ground working in Hmong community related, and I know who's really doing all the legwork on the ground. So Neng Xiong, you're no stranger to this project, so thank you for your continued service, and we look forward to be working with you, all right? Okay, with that, any other county staff or representative from the sheriff office, the park and rack? Mr. Mark McAbee, are you here? We haven't seen a sheriff lecture, so we'll ask him to give us a few words when he gets here, all right? So we're gonna switch a little bit. How about Park Conservancy, Mr. Michael John Peace. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So congratulations again. I think the Conservancy exists to make sure with Parks and Rec that every neighborhood has the resources it needs for its families to thrive. Because this is what happens when you get the facilities that you need, when you get the programs you need. And so it's so exciting to know that new courts are going in when the North End Community Center gets built, that this sport keeps growing. And your leadership and your example is what makes that easier for all of us to do the hard work of financing and funding and all of the unsexy things that lead to the result that we've got here today. So we're ready to partner on adding lights to those existing courts and to building more courts and to seeing you and the young people that follow you succeed. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. That's the director for the Parks, St. Paul Park Conservancy. So without their assistance or help in this process, we would not have been able to bring all these governmental agencies together in benefiting from the Super Bowl 52 legacy funds. And with the senators from hers help with the legislature's appropriation, along with all the city, Ramsey County, and the other nonprofit and local and family and businesses assistance to make this a reality. Talking about the court, okay? All right, do we have anybody from the Qhuas organization of Minnesota? Could you please come up with a few words of encouragement for your athletes?
Thank you and congratulations to you all. So my name is Marte and I'm with Qhuas organization of Minnesota. Unfortunately, I'm the only one here. My program director just had something in the last minute, so she couldn't make it. But yeah, I just want to, I feel so privileged and honored to be here with you guys to, celebrate your accomplishments. And I work with the Qhuas organization of Minnesota. Offer a lot of services to refugees and immigrants here in St. Paul, Minnesota. And one of the programs I'm in is the youth case manager. So I work directly with the youth who struggle with mental health and substance use. I know there's a lot of Korean and Hmong refugees that struggle when they settle here. And unfortunately, a lot of them turn to drugs, gangs, petty crimes. So, you know, I just want to come here and maybe hopefully we can partner in the future and work with these kids. And I think you guys can be influential role models for them. So hopefully we can, partner up and work someday in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With the honor of our spirituality, could you offer a few words of encouragement in Quran or Qurani?
Sure. So, my Korean is a little bit, iffy, but I'll try. You mean Martino? You chomo ponyo o tegala. Let me yell, sorry. Christmas, okay. You want that, here we have ponyo pole me. Kena puele kasunya mitibe le mi video pu mi palo latina ibata he ibate le mi ke he do we he gelo kwela wete awete sorry I'm struggling with my words but ibata he shuge ibata tajad pano le awe Didalik he gelok well with it, the battle our the battle lele king but battle onamna boba that you sat how could tell when you're Romando lagi regarding when you're the clay look he will but you look get how when you're lagi I would they accomplish that paginali akone youth le Kashmir Tibawe or the clay without you hair with it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We often forget how healing it is to hear our own heritage language, so thank you so much for that piece. Do we have anybody from the Hmong 18 Council? We know that we invited and they confirmed somebody will be here. Anybody? Okay, with that, then we'll go to the next speaker. On behalf of Ramsey County Sheriff Bob Fletcher's office, I invite one of our members, Sergeant Gao Chan, to come and deliver a few words, greeting to the members of the audience and athletes on behalf of Ramsey County Sheriff Bob Fletcher's office. Gao.
Hi folks, before I will give the speech, I'm going to invite Deputy Jose Noches. Come up here. Sheriff Bob Fletcher cannot be here today, and also my boss, Inspector Chino Lee, he cannot make it today either, but he told me to speak on behalf of the Sheriff's Office. Ramsey County Sheriff's Office is, we have a long-term relationship with the Hmong community in Korea and Somali. However, particularly with the Youth Plus program, I am the sergeant and Deputy Jose Noches, and I will tell you why Sepak Takraw organization linked to Ramsey County Sheriff's Office is because we implement the Sepak Takraw program in our Youth Plus program. The Youth Plus program mission is to, it's part of the crime prevention unit. And we try to prevent kids from running around the neighborhood and causing trouble. And that's why Bob, see that, we have produced positive result from the past administration. Now he came back 4 years ago and he wanted to restart this program, and he said, Gao, I want you and Chinu to be in charge of the Youth Plus program and to go out there and recruit young kids age of 8 to 18 years old and to come to your program. And then the program we have is we have a literacy program and sport program. In sport program, we implement this Takraw program into our U+ program, and I coach the youth. I invited all of them to be here, but I don't see any program from any kids from the program here today. But we train those kids, and we're hoping that those kids will one day will be sitting right here as well. And with that being said, Bob said that his office is always part of the Hmong community and also the community in general. And if anything that our organization needs help, he will come support our organization to the future. And I just want to tell you that Deputy Jose Noches and I, we are the one that technically coaching the kids. He doesn't. He tried to play, and I teach him. But I'm gonna give a mic for him to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, good afternoon. What an honor for me is to be here today with Sergeant Gao Chain, experience this moment. 2.5, 3 years ago, but it was 4 years ago, thank you. We started a program, the Youth Blast program with the Registrar's office. Little did I know that I was going to be learning a new sport. I did not know anything about Sepak Takraw. And Sergeant Gao started introducing me to it. I know it was very close to soccer. I thought, okay, it shouldn't be so bad. And then I tried it, and I found out how hard it was trying to manipulate a little ball about this size. Anyway, when we gathered the kids and trying to get the kids into the program, we found out that they were showing interest in the Sepak Takraw, and how interesting it was for me to see these kids learning and playing the sport. And I thank Sergeant Gao for this great opportunity, and thank everyone that followed through with the sport. Thank you very much.
We say good morning because it's always morning somewhere, right? Especially with this international sport. So thank you. And many of you may not know, and including me, I had no idea who Bob Fletcher was. Fresh off college, 93, working for liajdawbnmaya at Hmong American Partnership. Was assigned to go follow up the Boy Scout at Indian Head on Marshall and Western, right? And he said, where are you from? I said, from Hmong American Partnership. And then he just come right out and said, oh, I'm the godfather and your director's baby. So I don't know if anybody could claim that. So if you are a godfather of a Hmong child, I think you just as, could be as proud as you could be. So with that, thank you, both of you, from Sheriff Fletcher's office. And I know that he always have the community, especially the refugee community, whether it be in the Kurani, Hmong, or Somalia, or other refugee community, the sheriffs always have our best interest in his heart. So thank you. Thank you for being here. All right, I think you guys have been sitting for a long time, and it's time for us to not only release the Team USA to mingle with you guys for questions and Q&A, question and answer. But we'd like to give this opportunity and the honor to our senator. Without your support since 2005, and Commissioner McDonough, just so you remember, Boss Lagos, the former Minnesota Thunder coach, recruited, and that's how I started this back in '94. We're trying to turn all the St. Paul Diamond into soccer field. We didn't succeed. I didn't know anything about the hockey though. And it's come later. So thank you so much for the continued support. And thank you to Buzz, the soccer grow, and also the Tulu and the Takraw grow. So again, many players comes into this. And then 2005, Senator Fong and we were citizens of the East Side. We visited St. Paul Park and Rec with former Senator Mi Moore, and here we are. 2018, Super Bowl 52, come to town. They have the Legacy Fund to help community build community infrastructure. The senator already very much involved, so he knew. So with this time, Senator, and our new representative Liz Lee, could you two come up and help Wali Monghaya Txhawb, Neng Xiong, and present to the community for the Q&A and with your encouragement and your closing remarks for this program. So everybody please welcome Senator Hong and Liz Lee.
Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Thank you. If you don't want to hear the old ghost speak first, but thank you, Neng, and thank you, Professor Li Pao, Dr. Li Pao, and the Sepak Takraw team. You put St. Paul in limelight, you put Minnesota in limelight, and America in limelight, and you make us proud, stand for America. You know, sometimes when the foreign country think America is very much European descent, but here, arriving at the airport, you represent the America, diversity of America today. So I have a little longer history to say, so I'm gonna pass this mic to our new and incoming representative East Side St. Paul here, District 67A, and there's a lot of work ahead of her. So Liz Lee, congratulate her first. Everybody applaud.
Thank you, Senator. I will be very quick because I know you guys have sat through a lot of speeches, and I think all of us here want to meet you guys and congratulate you. So very quickly, I just want to thank all the folks here for joining us to celebrate what it means, like Aaron said, right, for our community members and our elected officials to make decisions that represent our communities. We all pay taxes, and when we do that, right, that's why we can fund, you know, fields that our entire community uses, right, whether it's hockey rinks, you know, the baseball fields, or maybe ice skating rinks. I don't know if we're gonna get one again this year in Rice Park, but this is why it's so important to have representation, and also so important for our community members to participate and tell your community leaders what you want. I want to thank the senior member of our 67th delegation for you know, allowing me to speak a little bit, but I look forward to working with everyone going forward, and you know, looking at your bonding proposals and your funding proposals to make sure that, you know, your tax dollars work for you. So with that, I will give it back to the Senator.
Okay. Well, Representative will do a great job, and I look forward to tag team with her, and also Representative Xiong of 67B. I'm gonna say Hmong in English too. Neng will recover the history quite a bit. It might be a little redundant, but I try to cut short as much as I can. And as Jim McDonough said, and Neng also said, that we live, Hmong American have been in this country for 40 some years. You know, it's 4 decades long. That lot of stuff happened even within 1 decade, 10 years that I served in office. So I always have this analysis of the 30 years, 40 years Hmong people in the United States, and this is from the very beginning to now. Proclamation 俾冇人嘅地，Proclamation 佢舊路上佢俾多啲錢落嚟，到這裡跑多俾人有所舊一個阿上，we're just in our teens, early teens, and our parents trying to find a place where they belong. You know, like I'm sure many of you during that time been dragging along with your parents, moved all the way to California, all the way to maybe New Mexico, Kansas, and then here. I've been dragged along around in the Midwest, Sioux Falls, Texas, Kansas, and I'm here. You know, so that's the first bracket of our life here, the first 10 years. Then it comes the second decade, 20 years, the bracket of 20 years. Surfacing up, my generation, the 50 years old generation, become the first of something. You know, you may be the first person in your company, you may be the first person appointed to the mayor office. Within that bracket, we had the first Hmong school board. We had the first Hmong state standard anymore. You know, that's the journey of our success. The 30-year bracket, the third decade, is the acceptance of our latecomer, the one from the temple, and we invest in them. Actually, if you want to divide in the Hmong community, they actually surge much quicker than those of us who are early comer. All this establishment on university or on Maryland here is very much owned by and run by them. So that's the bracket of 30 years. 40 years, the fourth decade, is not just the first generation of Hmong American, but the second and the third. Like Sunisa Lee, generation. Sunisa Lee, even though her parent was a little older, but Sunisa Lee's parent could be someone who was born in the United States. That generation. And you have Sunisa Lee, you have Sheng Tao, first mayor of the largest metro of all. And Eastside St. Paul itself. Myself as state senator, Mai Chong County Commissioner, Liz Lee, House of Representatives Jay Xiong, Nelson Yang, predominantly Hmong. We're gonna continue the East Side, maintain the history as it is. This used to be Italian, Irish, Sweet, Norwegian, and the remnant's still there. We have Sweet Hollow, and many other places that our diversity, the European descent still see that the East Side is their home. We want to make the East Side our home is to build on our culture. Our culture like the Sepak Takraw team, the Dulu team, and culture has no politics. People cannot hate culture. We need to, with the strength that we have now, we have to maintain as much as we can. And Zining talked about 2005, so Zining and I talked way before that about how we can make the park and rec more accessible to the Hmong community, how we can make park and rec, make our identity part of the park and rec. And we did talk, didn't know a lot about history of how we progress until this point. We did talk about the Dulu, the Kato, the Friendship Garden, and how that could be done. 30 years from now, maybe our children may not live in East Side, but they will see East Side as our home. Just like Judge Sebastian, Jay McDonough, we always see East Side as our home. We see East Side as a home of Herb Brooks, the person who brought East Side to the limelight in 1988 or 88 World Olympic, 1980, Miracle on Ice. And we will continue that legacy with the new generation. In 2005, we've been talking about it, but we didn't shift gear until I get to office in 2013. There's a lot of projects. We have the football, the U.S. Bank Stadium, the Iliansville, and all that. Those are huge multi-million-dollar projects. They said, "What do you want, Fong?" I just want the Tulu court and the Takraw court. No, that's too small. Maybe we can't do that. No, I just want that. I don't want. I will vote for those projects, but what I want is the Takraw. I used to say Kato more. the Kato and the Dulu court. But it's even harder just to get that couple $100,000. Even with Jim McDonough's support, with the mayor's support. And they even refer that as a pet project of Senator Fong Her. I said, this is not a pet project for Senator Fong, this is our culture. And it happened. It happened. Preservation comes from persistence, humiliation, and inclusion. And this is not what I carry, but I wish that all of you will hold on to that mission as well of preservation of our culture here. Preservation of our culture also means preservation of the Karen culture, the Karenese culture. The Txhawb bring out diversity, bring out unity. Also showcase those children that live around the Txhawb, whether they're Latino, black, or brown, to know, and they are learning to play that as well. So thank you everybody for being here. I think the next generation will make Eastside much better than where we found it. So congratulations to all of you, the elected officials, the leaders, and most important of all, the team. The team, and I wanted to sign up. I wanted to sign up just to help, but want to make sure that it'll become an annual festival here, like Mr. Ali has been talking about, and please keep us posted. And a little update on myself, this is a good year. And your request to the state Senate or the legislature, whether it's from the city, the county, or everywhere, must be this year. Must be this year because I'm the chair of Environment, Climate, and Legacy, where the money came from, but the Tulu Phil. And I'm gonna make sure that we have, Jim, is it 4 million?
3.1.
3.1 million to count my chum. 3.1 million, I wanna make sure that we got that to upgrade the Tulu Phil along with the Sepak Takraw Phil, and other culture Phil in the Ramsey County. So thank you very much and congratulations. And tomorrow, I'd like to invite you guys to the state capitol where I recognize you again in the Senate chamber when that's possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Representative. So, Mr. P from the Sepak Conservancy, I expect you to be calling me soon, all right? We got a lot of work. So, Mr. Senator Fong, can you come back up here? Could you help lift up your athlete and present them to the community?
All right, we have Sergeant Gao Chang here, one of the leader, and Chris. Thank you, Chris. And John, and Kurt. Jim, thank you. Jeremy Murphy. I missed one point. Why motivated me in 2013 is that when Tinin come and tell me, and Tinin brought Qhuas' dad and said, I don't know whether I can reiterate it in English as well, but they said that every time when Team Minnesota show up anywhere in the United States, the Lao, the Hmong, the Karen community all tremble. So I said, we want to make the whole world tremble out of Minnesota. So that's why it all started with Qhuas' family that got me motivated. So congratulations to all of you. Anything else? Sorry. Congratulations to everybody. Give them another warm applause. And then there's still plenty of food sitting with us. Yeah, today is a wonderful day. Missing many points. Put on a note today. Thank Governor Tim Qhuas for declaring today, January 8th, as the Sepak Takraw Day. It's a good day. Relation to 2 days ago, January 6th, is a day remembrance of our great General Van Kao. So New Year is always good. It's always good to start, get the momentum here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Senator and Liz. With that, I understand that some of the senators himself and some other people have their own commitment, but your athlete is here. We're going to give the mic to them, and you feel free to come and ask. This is the time to ask questions and get answered. How do you sign up? Where do they train? So presenting to you all the team with Gao and Jeremy leading. And then a few words from Gao and Jeremy is closing this program, and then the team will be available for any questions or answers.
Once again, I would like to thank family, friends, fans, and players throughout the U.S. To make this happen. But most importantly, as a team manager and also as the secretary of the Sepak of USA Inc., I would like to recognize my wife, Dr. Shane Wang. She is behind me 100%. She supported me all the way, and that's why I was able to found this organization and build this and bring this team to South Korea, and we won the gold medals and trophy. And I want to thank my wife, Dr. Shane Hua. And also, I want to thank all the supporters throughout my 8 years. I started as approaching Judge Gary Bashan and Commissioner and Senator for her. And prior to that, me and Txhawb, we were like, let's create the logo of the Sepak of USA Inc. And I approached the power and that's how we're here today. But without all the supporters from the city, county, and state level, we would not be here today, and we would not be getting the gold medals in all the courts in Duluth Case, Fairdale, and Frogtown. And I would like to thank all the city officials, county, and state for supporting us throughout the 8 years. And also, I would like to thank all the players to put all your heart and soul and commitment so that we won the gold medal. And I would like to thank all the players. Hopefully this year they're going to Thailand, to King's Cup. And hopefully they will bring another 2 gold medals, the trophies from Thailand. And also, again, once again, I would like to thank all the supporters. Hopefully that we will continue receiving your support in the future. Thank you so much.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeremy. I didn't prepare anything today, but I'm a professional talker, so maybe I'll find the words. So, if you look up here, you notice that we're a bunch of guys. We need things to be built, we need help, we need to strengthen our connections, to work together to build many things. For me personally, what makes me happy is seeing new people try the game, us being able to share what we love with our community and other communities. And so for me, I'm very privileged to be a part of this group, this organization. And I hope that we are able to find a way to bring this game, this sport, and our love of, healthy lifestyles to little kids and to women. We're gonna go to Thailand, and hopefully this year we can bring the women's team with us. It's been 20 years since the United States had female players participate, and there are just many steps that we are going to be slowly working towards with the help of our friends internationally and with the help from our community members here. And I'm very privileged and honored to be a part of that, and I hope that you guys will continue to help us and to support us. And I really hope that you guys will ask some of these players some questions, because I'm very curious to hear what they think about all this. But thank you very much, and I would love to meet all of you and connect with you for the future. Thank you.
Well, thank you everybody, thank you for the player, especially thank you for the family, alright? Without Mr. Gao, I really thank his wife and his family, but without the family, especially Txhawb, because Dad without that man, there's no Kato in the community here, right? If you have a chance to talk to him, how he make all his son play Kato, they're the top players. So, and with that, another player that also very instrumental in helping us shape this from the very beginning, Mr. Txhawb from Hmong Marketplace. Could you stand please? Thank you, sir. So with that, we have lots of food, eat, pack, take home, and we also have signed up sheet here for you to stay in touch with us. We have the proclamations for your copy or for your own record, so feel free. And stay, ask questions, answer, mingle with the network, with the community, and come get to know the player. All right, so thank you so much, everybody, and hopefully the Vikings win today, so enjoy the rest of Sunday. So the player will remain up here. If you don't come, they'll be sitting down. But if you are here, they'll be standing up. So feel free to come in, get your picture. You can do it as a team, as an individual. Feel free. This is your time. This is your moment. We book here until 5. So stay and help us finish the food at least, and have a lively discussion with the athlete. Thank you so much, everybody. 我从头到那，你用那些的说了做对吧？